It is Cannabis News. I'm your host, Joe Klare. It's October 1st, 2019. The show, as always, is presented by the Marijuana Times. Find us at marijuanatimes.org. Click the video tab there to find the show. A lot of great articles as well from a bunch of great writers. marijuanatimes.org today. Talking about hydrogen cyanide again and how it got into bootleg vape cartridges, or how it is getting into bootleg vape cartridges. Also a new bill to legalize marijuana in Pennsylvania has a bit of a twist, and a group in Arizona is opposed to some provisions of the marijuana legalization ballot measure that is being proposed out there. We'll talk about all of that, but first, of course, Cannabis News is brought to you by Natureside, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides. Don't use harmful chemicals. Use all-natural, organic pesticides from, you guessed it, Natureside, nature-side.com. Grow safe and poison-free. Go check out Natureside. They're an awesome sponsor of the show. With us through almost 500 episodes now. It's incredible. Thank you, Natureside. It's first story from Foster Winans at marijuanatimes.org. How did cyanide get into bootleg vapes? We talked about this the other day. The NBC News report, which Foster links to and discusses in the piece, showed a lot of these bootleg vapes have something known as hydrogen cyanide, which is the same thing the Nazis used to gas the Jewish people, or many Jewish people, during World War II and during the Holocaust. The NBC News segment aired Friday morning, reporting the results of tests the network had commissioned of the black market or knockoff vape cartridges. The lab found the contents were contaminated with a fungicide which, when heated to more than 400 degrees Fahrenheit, decomposes into hydrogen cyanide. The NBC News story confirmed what the Marijuana Times has been reporting since June. We've been talking about the vape cartridge problem. Myclobutanil is the problem. It's used around the world, especially in the U.S. and China, on a wide range of perennial and annual crops, fruit trees, vines, and turf. Excuse me. One of the most common uses is on wine grapes, a major industry in California that depends on growing conditions similar to those that favor marijuana, another major California commodity. On grapes, it's not considered a threat to human health as the chemical is washed off before the fruit is processed for human consumption. Not so with marijuana. Myclobutanil is so dangerous when heated that it is banned for use on tobacco, as well as for use on marijuana in Canada and in the states of Washington, Oregon, and Colorado. The fungicide is especially dangerous in distilled cannabis. Vape oil is produced by leaching the THC elements out of marijuana leaves and stems with volatile chemicals until the psychoactive molecules are highly concentrated. The problem is that the residual pesticides and fungicides in the plant also become super concentrated. According to David Kurtzfeld, a partner and head of sales for modular processing systems in Willits, California, which cleans dirty vape oil, careless outlaw pot growers are using myclobutanil in spite of Dow's product safety specs, which are, quote, avoid exposure to elevated temperatures. So it gets heated, it becomes hydrogen cyanide. It's making people sick. Over 800 illnesses, according to the CDC, 12 deaths in 46 states. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I had somebody today tell me that they were thinking about going to find some bootleg vapes to smoke. I said, haven't you heard? They said, heard what? I said, holy crap. Holy crap. And it's just a reminder that these things, as much as I talk about it, as much as other people talk about it, and as many stories that is in, it still only reaches a certain segment of people. It only pushes out so far. And obviously you all sharing these stories and sharing these videos and such on your social media, all of that helps. And every person that learns about this problem is another person that may stay away from these bootleg vapes. But a lot of people have not heard about the problem. They're completely unaware of what's going on. If you know people like that, send them links to stories. Tell them. Get the word out. Dangerous, dangerous stuff. This next story is from Marijuana Moment. Bill to legalize marijuana through state-run model introduced in Pennsylvania. I've talked about this before. We'll talk about it again, obviously, because I'm talking about the story. A bill to legalize marijuana in Pennsylvania through a state-run model was filed on Monday, days after Governor Tom Wolf announced that he now supports legalization, something we talked about last week. Representative David DeLoso introduced the legislation, which would allow adults 21 and older to possess, consume, cultivate, and purchase cannabis through a state store system run by the Liquor Control Board in the interest of the efficient use of law enforcement resources, enhancing revenue for public purposes, and individual freedom. People of this Commonwealth find and declare that the use of cannabis should be legal for individuals who are at least 21 years of age and should be taxed. The bill text states retail cannabis would be taxed at 19%, and all that revenue would go toward the state general fund. So it'd all be in state stores. As I said, look, if it's all sold by the government, there's no competition. Competition is the lifeblood of quality, innovation, good customer service. All of these things are incentive. Competition is incentive for people to do a good job and sell a good product at a quality product at a low price. That's not happening in a state-run store system. What are you going to do? Go to some other store? There are no other stores. They're all state-run stores. Of course, in the case of marijuana and cannabis, people just go to the black market. But if what you're trying to do is get people to come to the legal market, you want to maximize quality, efficiency, variety, price, bring prices down as low as possible. These things will help the legal market compete with the illegal one, not state-run stores, not a monopoly on stores. Think about every other place where the government has a monopoly. I want to say the post office, but obviously not the post office. But things like food stamps, things like that. You get food stamps, you're unhappy with your food stamps or something that's going on with your food stamps, you can call them, you can talk to them. They may fix the problem, they may not. Because what are you going to do if they don't? Go to another place to get food stamps? There are none. You have to get them through the government. And the reasoning is, the author of the bill wrote, however, permitting private companies to sell cannabis in Pennsylvania could allow large corporations to take over the cannabis industry, putting profits before the well-being of our communities. These are just words. These are just platitudes. As I point out many, many times, most of the things we enjoy in life come from evil big corporations. I know. It's so the big mean corporations selling us all these great products at all these low prices. Everything you're using to see me on came from a big corporation. Apple, Google. The food you eat comes from a big corporation, comes from a big grocery chain. The products you buy, the places you go online to buy those products, eBay, Amazon, guess what? They're all big corporations. All. The evil big corporations. They're the ones that give us all the great stuff we love at low prices. They're the ones that give us the jobs where we make the money to buy the stuff we love and to raise our quality of life. This is so stupid. Stupid fear-mongering, as if the government is going to do a better job protecting our communities with state-run cannabis stores than five private companies battling each other, fighting each other over prices, market share, better products, more products. Who's the first person to get this strain? Who's the first person to do this? Who has the better customer service? As I said, it's a state-run store. You walk in there, you got a problem with it. What are you going to do? You're going to go to your dealer or to another state-run store, which is owned by the same people. There's nowhere else to go. It's not going to work. He said, for these reasons, my legislation will legalize adult-use cannabis through the current state store system in order to ensure the safety and integrity of cannabis sales in Pennsylvania. Again, that's just words. The notion that being run through state-run stores is how they're going to ensure the safety and integrity of the cannabis is ridiculous. Imagine that in any other product. Imagine if the only food you could get was through state-run stores. Shoes, the only cars you could get are through state-run stores. No competition. None. You want a car? You go to the state-run store. They don't have the car you want? You got a problem with that? Too bad. Where are you going to go? Nowhere. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You'll buy their car or you'll walk. You'll ride a bike. Be a grown person riding a bicycle to work at whatever state-run outlet you work at. It's called communism. Everything's sold through the state. Leaves everything open to more. And then people act like, well, the government, they'll ensure the safety. No, they just become the focus of all the corruption. Everything you say is bad about corporations. It exists tenfold in government because they don't have to fight with other corporations. They don't have to fight with other governments. They're just the government. At least Amazon has to worry about what prices they sell at because there's other people selling crap too. Walmart's selling crap. Target, eBay, they're all selling crap. But if the government's selling crap and they're the only ones selling crap, that's it. That's it. They'll set whatever price they want. They may respond to your Yelp review. They may call you back. They may answer the phone at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They may not. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. That's what you're going to do about it. You're going to go to your dealer. That's what's going to happen. And then a year into the system, they say, oh, the Pennsylvania black market's still intact. It's even thriving. What's going on? Well, I just told you what's going on. Pay attention. Competition. This is not hard. Competition. Choice. Consumer choice. That is what fuels all of this. All of this. Walmart doesn't sell things at low prices because they love you or because they care about you at all. You could die. It's not going to affect Walmart. But what they care about is you not coming to Walmart. You ordering from Amazon. You going over to Target. That's what they care about. They don't care about you. They care about you stop bringing your money in. Then they care. But if you stop going to a government store and buying weed, do they care? Why would they care? What would it matter? They're not going to miss you. They're not going to miss your money. They're taxing you on the back end anyway. They don't care. Bring it in the front door, take it out the back door. They don't care. The state's going to get your money. Whether you're buying weed or getting a license for your car or registering your car or getting a hunting license, they're going to get their change. They're going to get their cheddar, their cake, if you will, their ducats, their Skrilla. Yeah, that's right. I know many slang terms for currency. That's one of the many reasons you come to this show. This last story is from tjzz.org. 91.5, apparently it's a radio station. Arizona Cannabis Chamber of Commerce opposes some provisions in the recreational marijuana initiative. A group of businesses has united to oppose the initiative being circulated to legalize marijuana for recreational use. But it's not that members of the Arizona Cannabis Chamber of Commerce want to keep adults from being able to use drugs, so they don't like some of the provisions, particularly one that would give the companies that already sell medical marijuana a virtual monopoly on the recreational market. We're pro-adult use, said Mason Cave with the Arizona Cannabis Chamber of Commerce. We just think there's a better way to do it than what the initiative has proposed. Cave told Capital Media Services they take issue with the provision limiting the number of recreational marijuana retail licenses to about 130. Virtually all of those are reserved for companies already licensed to sell medical marijuana. In other words, I think more people should be allowed to enter the industry. Again, the market's going to take care of this. You don't need to set a number. You say, hey, you all want to sell some weed? How many of you want to sell some weed? Come try to get these licenses. And then you give however many licenses there are. And if there's too much, like happened in Oregon, there's too many licenses, there's too many businesses, guess what's going to happen? A lot of them will go out of business. And I know that sucks. It sucks, but it's necessary. If nobody ever went out of business, imagine what the world would look like. Just failing businesses all crammed together everywhere you look. There's no Blockbusters. There'll still be 10,000 Blockbusters everywhere. Think of all the places and all the buildings and all the companies and all the stores that are now in buildings that used to be Blockbusters. Where would they be? It happens, and it sucks. But it's what needs to happen. That's how you find out how many dispensaries you need for the demand, how many retail shops. Maybe it's 130, maybe it's 250, maybe it's 7. It's a doubt, but maybe it is. Maybe the marijuana demand in Arizona will only support 7 stores. But you'll know because the ones that can't hack it will go out of business, and the ones who can will still be in business. And then when the dust settles, you know how many are there. And if demand for Arizona for cannabis goes down, well, some more will go out of business. If the demand goes up, well, more people will come in, more investment will come in, more stores are open. It's the way it works. I know sometimes it's rough on people, and they, it's sometimes you go into business, there's no guarantee you're going to be a success. And there's no way to make it a guarantee that you're going to be a success. But just arbitrarily picking, well, 130, meh, whatever, 130, yeah, sure, good. But what if it's not 130? What if you need many, many more? Well, then the black market stays intact. I don't know. It's supply and demand. It's very, not exactly simple. It cannot be wiped away. It cannot be ignored. You can't just pretend, no, we're not going to go with supply and demand here. We're not going to go with, incentives and competition and things like that. We're just going to forego all that crap and let the government run it. Well, it's been tried a lot. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry if you feel like it does. I'm sorry if you have a communist flag behind you and you have a hammer and sickle and, you quote Stalin. Too bad for you. You're not economically literate. Communists are not economically literate. If they were, communism would work. They would know what they're doing, but they don't. Anyway, not going to get a discussion about dumb communists. I want to say that you can find cannabis news 5 days a week, of course, at marijuanatimes.org, also on YouTube. The audio shows on Apple Podcasts. Search the Marijuana Times there. Thank you to Nature Side, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides. Thank you, Nature Side. Thank you to all of you for watching and listening. Another new week here at the Marijuana Times. Keep spreading the truth about cannabis with this show, liking and commenting and sharing the episodes. You are awesome. We'll see you next time right here on Cannabis News.